Alex. There's Alex. I like the little hearts in the bottom of my screen. There's Alex.
Hi!
What are you doing?
I am in Albany at my apartment right now.
Albany, but you're not from Albany, and you're in your apartment.
No, I'm from Old Chatham, New York, which is about 30 minutes east of here. So not too far. So I've been going back and forth quite a bit. I'm still working at Crave and stuff, so
You
keeping
are.
keeping some type of normalcy,
Yeah.
to
So they
everything going on.
curbside pickup from Alex at Crave.
Yes, yes, give us a call. Place an order.
Which one is that? Is that no? That's on Washington. No.
That Western. I mean, it's on the
West.
corner of Western and Quail, so
Okay.
we're
There you
there.
go. Well, that's good. You keep a little busy with work and school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is your project about? Where are we with my notes here?
So my project is called Traded. Initially, when thinking about thesis, I wanted to try and do something impactful, something that might solve a problem, I guess. So I was talking to my dad a lot, and he is a tradesman himself. He's in carpentry, and just talking to him about what he kind of has to deal with. Um, I noticed that when he was speaking to me, there's a lot. He has trouble finding people to do certain things within the trades. A lot of people aren't really going into that kind of profession a lot anymore. Um, I feel like there's a stigma that you kind of have to go to college in order to succeed in this world. And I know that's not everybody's way of thinking, but I don't know, being younger and going to college, I feel like in high school that was very prominent. You need to go to college. So I decided to kind of create a program that might help high school students, um, anybody who's interested in going into a trade, kind of find that path. Because sometimes I feel like it's not really, there right in front of you. It's kind of difficult to kind of go into that sort of profession. So I wanted to create a program that helped students and tradesmen get connected, sort of like a networking program for tradesmen and students who are interested in pursuing a trade as a career. So
Okay.
I hope that made sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a different way of making things, right? In some ways, or like thinking. I always think about like the tradesmen that I know, the tradespeople that I know, they have a different way of like understanding like physical spaces is an example. Like, so I don't know how your dad looks at stuff, but like, being
Yeah.
able to just look at a space like, oh, I know exactly how to build this thing so that
Right.
you can walk into it and everybody's comfortable. I mean, there's a different way to approach a kind of like a physical space in a lot of cases.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we're looking here at like this. I think you said this is a takeaway. So is this like a little
Yes.
pamphlet for the?
Yeah. So that was kind of like a side piece to everything. I created a website, both a website and an app. Um, the website is kind of where you go to get a look at what you'd be getting into as a trade. I wanted to so I highlighted 5 trades. I know there's like a million of them, so I decided to only kind of highlight 5. And on each page, you kind of see the general salary, what kind of responsibilities go into being in a trade like this. Am I the right person? So it kind of gives students and other people interested in trades an idea of what they're getting into, kind of thing. Um, and then the app is kind of sort of kind of like a break off of that, and that's where you go and you create a profile and you put into that profile like what trade you're interested in, and then through navigating the app you can get connected with local tradesmen, you can apply to apprenticeships, you can research schools that have programs that you can get into, because I feel like a lot of the times people say I'm interested in going into this, but I'm not sure how to do that necessarily. So my goal was to kind of create like a way that students can find their path, I guess.
So it's
So
mainly geared towards students, high school students, like.
yeah, so initially it was geared towards high school students. but there are also in the prototype, there are tradesmen who might be on the app looking for
Okay.
for people to apprentice with them. So it's kind of a way to get tradesmen who are aging out of these positions to try and like get, you know, their apprentices, younger people to join.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to look at it. Just
Yeah.
even just like the user experience of like there are multiple audiences for a lot of
Right.
digital products, right? So
Yeah.
the high school, the 17, 18-year-old is really interested and can find a path. But then the other side of it is, yeah, people aging out or people wanting
Right.
to tour
Yeah, and like
or
my
wanting
dad,
to share their skills, right? Wanting to share
right, and my dad was talking to me. He was just, it was just so interesting to me. He was like, it's just so hard to try and find people who know how to lay brick or, you know, have these certain skills. So,
Right.
um,
Sounds great. So you made you have a piece of the website up. You made a website and is there an
yep.
app?
So, yeah, so I highlighted 5 trades. I highlighted carpentry, plumbing, electrician, auto mechanic, and welding. So as you scroll through each web page, you can kind of see the general salary that you would make, the type of education that you would need on top of certain training. It tells you the responsibilities of that sort of trade, basically kind of similar to a day in the life, like what you would need to do, what type of skills you might need to have. And then the other section was, you know, what type of personality traits you should have going into this trade. And then it gives you the option to search programs based on your location or where you're interested in. So.
Sounds great. So was your dad the inspiration for this? Is that
Yes, I think so. Yes, he definitely was. You know, we went out to dinner one time and I was just talking about my thesis. I was kind of struggling with a topic, and he kind of brought to light like the problem that they're having with tradesmen and how they're not a lot of younger students are going into these types of fields and it's decreasing and all this stuff. So I thought I could maybe create something to solve this problem.
yeah? So I'm just gonna like tangent here just for everybody.
Yeah,
Dad's rule,
they
okay?
do.
Yeah, dad's rule. Um, so was it? So is there anything out there that your dad or people that he works with that doesn't? I mean, is there something out there that exists that's not like efficient? It doesn't really work that well. Whether it's a application or like a system, a group of people, like are there things out there that address this already, or
Well, when doing some research, I found like certain apps, but a lot of the time it was just like tradesmen interacting with tradesmen. It wasn't trying to get students to go into these types of fields. Like even in high school, I just, you know, it wasn't really heard of to go into this type of career path. It was, you know, go to college and stuff. So I don't know. My goal was to try and like break that stigma a little bit with my thesis. But yeah, I'm not really sure if there's like things out there like that.
yeah, I love the mentor aspect of it. You know that there's a there's somebody out there who can pass along their knowledge and then
Right.
create
Yeah.
the next workforce, right?
Yeah, and that was another goal with the app was to try and get local tradesmen to look for apprenticeships to teach younger people these types of skills that aren't really being pursued.
Right. It was great to talk to you, Alex. Good to see you.
Thanks, you too,
I miss
Chris.
our hallway chats with all of you
I
seniors.
know, I miss it so
Now,
much.
for those of you who don't know, my office is right by the student lounge. So
Oh, yep.
friendly to all the students, but I haven't seen anybody. Nobody's seen anybody, right?
I know, it's
Um,
so sad.
so it's great to talk to you. Be safe at Crave. Everybody
Yes,
go get a
thank
burger.
you. Place an order.
Bye. Next up, Tim, are you out there? Where's Tim? Tim. There he is.